Good afternoon. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. Here today with you to share a story, a friend that's a biologist, a mom, and multiple business owner. And when we think and when we struggle with through so many things as our bodies change, and when we are working with some things that are maybe against us in our wellness world. We have our bodies go through so many changes as we become moms, and then all the things that happen as we go along, and then the demands of being a mom of more than one child is even more, and then juggling business, and how in the world do we do these things? And sometimes we begin to get depleted. And my friend Christy from over on the West Coast is joining us tonight, and she is a biologist, and we really love to talk nerd stuff, because that's just kind of how we roll. And Christy tapped that thing at the bottom that says, that's like a picture of two people, and then I'll bring you on. It's like you're requesting to come on camera. So it's amazing how when we got our gut health on point, how the inflammation in our bodies just really changed. So, wow, let me see if Christy, if I can, here we go. I'm adding you now, Christy. Christy has such a crazy schedule with everything that she does. And she has been, there you are. My biggest thing starts early in the morning. I remember those days of swim practice there at the crack of dawn.
Yes. When they posted the summer swim team schedule, I was like, oh boy.
Yes, and there's no choice.
Yeah, there's one option, and it's early morning. So
how do you juggle all that? It's more than one kid that you got to get up and out of the house, and it's summer.
Yes, it's 3 kids. I wasn't sure. Sorry, I'm adjusting the camera. I wasn't sure how I was going to do it. So I just thought, well, we're going to give it a go. Kids are going to have to go to bed earlier during summer, even though they like staying up. I was like, sorry.
Yeah.
But it kind of, I'm obviously extremely thankful for Thrive, because waking up kids early during the summer is hard. And it kind of messed with my workout schedule. So now I figured if they're in the pool swimming, I should be running and walking.
I did the same thing when my kids were in sports. Those hours and hours, I would go for a walk or a run or do something to keep moving, because there's no reason just to sit, right?
Yes. And then I told the kids to keep me accountable. I'm like, you tell mom, we're working out, mom, you better work out. So they actually have been like getting on my case.
Good.
Yeah. So it's really good.
That's good. We kind of help. I remember the days where my kids were like, Mom, come on, let's go do this. And the demands, let's talk pre-Thrive, right? The demands pre-Thrive, where I didn't have the energy to get up and go, and my kids were doing sports. I mean, I'm 55. I mean, my kids are grown. So, and they're reflecting, and I got to the point where I wasn't getting up and going. I tried, but it got to the point where I was sitting in the car, maybe getting that extra snooze because I was so tired and exhausted.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I took a nap in the car practice.
How long have you been a survivor?
Over 4 years now.
So pre-Thrive, what would you have done?
First of all, I did not sign them up for as many things because I was so exhausted, and the thought of like getting them there was overwhelming. So my motivation was way lower. We did activities, but not like we do now. Nope.
So in the years that you've been thriving, some things have changed with your wellness. Take us on a journey of where you were before, and then what happened when, bam, this amazing stuff, this amazing supplement system, that's these 3 steps hit your body. what changes happened? How did it change
Right.
not
Okay.
only
So
you,
before I was
what you did?
a biologist researcher that was commuting to the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, before Thrive, I was drinking an abundance of coffee. I got pulled over 4 times because officers thought I was drunk. I was tired. I
Oh
was
no.
literally tired in commuting. Super dangerous. Um, I was exhausted. I'd fall asleep at my desk. Even after I did the cancer researcher stuff, I was working from home and I was a photographer. I still am a photographer, and I'd find myself falling asleep at the desk. After I'd work a long photo shoot the next day, I could barely get out of bed. My mobility was really, really low. And just the body discomfort of holding 2 cameras for 8 to 12 hours was
Your
awful.
hands. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you guys can resonate with this and you know what it's like to like the next day after you've done something and you've pushed yourself, let us know what it is that you've done because I have been there too. It's not fun.
Yeah. And then you're not a very patient parent when you're miserable and exhausted and you don't feel well. And okay, I'm going to be compliant. I have had, I can't, okay. I have had things wrong with my body and my digestion that were out of my
Mhm.
control. And it caused a lot of discomfort. And I couldn't rely on my digestive system working correctly. So
Mhm.
this is the first thing that's really gotten everything dialed in. Obviously, when you can actually absorb nutrients, it helps every single system in your body. So I was a day one thriver, and one thing that I struggled with was driving my kids just to school in the morning.
Mhm.
I dreaded walking to the kindergarten classroom because I was so tired. And now I'm like, not a problem, right? Well,
Right.
now I have a kindergartner, but oh, Talia, sorry. That was one of my kids. Now I can be the active mom that's on PTO, volunteering, and working. We own 3 businesses. So, and doing sports. So it's completely changed our lives. Um,
Absolutely. So the energy, so your gut got happy.
yes.
And I know when my gut health was all wonky and weird, that I often had to plan where those clean bathrooms would be.
Yes.
Right.
Know
And
where
not
all the
having to
bathrooms
do
are.
that is life changing. I thought that was normal. Were you like
Yes.
that?
Yes. Uh,
I think I lost you.
Texted me and I tried to get rid of it and it kicked me
You're
over.
good.
But yes, I knew where every bathroom was, and now that I don't have to worry about any of all that.
Yeah, so tell us now, your stomach's happy. Did what else change? Do you have more energy? You're more happy, you're more, it's easier to get your kids up in the morning. What else? I mean, there's got to be something that kept you doing these steps, these
Okay,
3 steps every
so
day.
um, basically, too, the support from the team is huge, right? So I
Hmm.
think we all have a tendency to start with the 3 steps, and that is a wonderful, wonderful start. But because of my researcher and science background, and everybody's bodies are made so differently, after 9 months of testing this out on myself, I thought, oh my gosh, we can customize this to so many people of different, physiological backgrounds, demands in their life. So for me, I've gotten it even more dialed in, and talking to Heidi, Beth, Blair, and different people on our team. After talking to Heidi, she's like, if you start eating a more anti-inflammatory diet, you'll lose more weight and do even better. If you start drinking over 100 ounces of water, because if you ever are on Thrive and you were like, I have a little fatigue, most of the time it's just from not drinking enough water. So I
Yep.
lost, every time I took someone's suggestion, I felt like I lost 5 to 10 more pounds. And it was, you just get more toned. And when you get more toned, you feel stronger. You have more
Yeah.
mobility. when you're stronger physically, you're stronger mentally. So, you know, mood stabilization was huge for me, because before I'd freak out before going to events and things, and now it's not as bad at all.
That's good. That's amazing. So you're able to go out, you're able, and I know swim meets, they are vibrant, they are loud, there's people everywhere. And
Yep.
would you have been able
Sorry,
to handle that whole social scenario beforehand?
yeah, and here's something funny that happens at the swim meets. A lot of people are like, because we have to wake up between 4 and 5 in the morning to get to away meets on time. When we get and we set up our easy up and everything, everyone's like, oh, I'm so exhausted. These swim meets are so exhausted. I'm literally done with my 3 steps, and I'm usually drinking like an Activate, and I'm good to go.
Right.
They're all taking Starbucks orders to go get their Starbucks. Who's going to go get Starbucks? I'm like, I'm good and I'm happy. So it's awesome.
And you're not crashing later on in the morning.
Yeah, and it's great. And then, because you have to be pretty high energy to get your kids to all their events, you know, the whole day. So
absolutely. And that is one of my favorite. I love the taste of that. That is so yummy. It has, I mean, it is loaded with some of the things that you and I have in common, and a lot of people on here watching, because I know I see recognize the names, and we have all this stuff going on underlying, right? All those extra vitamins are so amazing to help combat those inflammation in our body.
absolutely.
The energy that we get from it, and it just gets us through that next phase without the crash. And that was a major thing for me, because I always had that up from the caffeine from the soda, the downward crash, and that's why I was always drinking. So to share with us from your perspective, because I mean, even though we both have that medical love, you are the biologist that really has dived deep into our capsules. And what sets them aside from the capsules that we're going to get out there in the stores?
Okay, so I've actually experimented with over-the-counter vitamins, prescription vitamins, stuff from different nutrition stores where you have to walk in and buy it. I don't know about you guys, but a lot of them actually caused discomfort, and I struggled digesting them. I wasn't seeing the results because I get checked regularly, and I was still struggling. I wasn't absorbing them. So what I found with this whole system, right? So you start with your capsules, your probiotic shake, protein shake, and then the wearable DFT. I was super skeptical of. So a lot of our stuff is methylated. So the first level of digestion is already kind of completed. And then it's ultra micronized, right? So it's in a more absorbable form. And then the flash, I've explained this to people, the flash frozen probiotics are absolutely brilliant, because they're a high viability and efficacy, as we would say in the science world. So you know you're going to get, and high viability means they're going to turn into a higher percentage of live positive bacterial cells, right? To change your microenvironment. When you dial in your stomach and guts microenvironment, you can absorb more of the vitamins in the capsules, the shake. And then I also thought the DFT, I have mine on my ankle today. I don't know if I can. Anyways, I'm not going to try and do that. But
it's a fun sticker, y'all.
Yes.
For those of you that don't know, it's
a sticker. I was super skeptical of that, but those slow release vitamins are also brilliant. And I notice if I forget my sticker for some reason, I actually do feel a lull in the afternoon.
I do.
But because the vitamins, the majority are absorbed in the first 6 hours, although I wear it 24. If I forget it, I'll just come home and slap it on, because I'm going to be up at least another 8 to 12 hours. But
and
also,
I always keep an extra one with me. There's always an extra one in my bag.
Yes. And then, as you and I both know, there's the prebiotic, which is the food for the probiotic. The prebiotic is in the capsule, because a lot of people are like, why do we have to take it on an empty stomach? Well, it increases your absorption of the vitamins, number one. Number two, let's dissolve and get that food for your probiotic, which is the prebiotic, accessible So then when we take our shake, that viable, good bacteria can eat the prebiotic, which I know you know all this, but yeah.
I found that I began to be able to eat more food when I began these 3 steps, and that I eat all the time now, and I am not worried about all those issues with my gut. I'm eating food and my body's able to utilize the nutrition from it, and not only am I getting it to start my day, but my gut health is right. So I can eat the food that fuels my body. And before, I was not able to really consume food without feeling really gross.
Yes, I would bloat up really quickly. I actually eat less now
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like my mental stability was triggered before, and I would eat the food to punish myself.
Mm-hmm.
I did like the opposite. So I actually eat less food, but I have less food sensitivities now. I can digest the food more easily.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So I'm not
interesting.
as scared to eat certain things, which is awesome.
There are more foods that I'm able to eat that I wasn't able to. It's kind of like a paradigm, though. There's some things that I used to eat all the time that now I don't. They don't make me feel good.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
I actually really like just sticking to those alkaline anti-inflammatory foods with
Mm-hmm.
this, and it optimizes your experience, takes it to a whole new level, which
And
I
not every
love. Share your cooking, which is a lot of those foods.
And not everybody needs to do that or wants to do that, and that's perfectly okay. You can come in, do
Right.
this, not modify your diet at all, but your body naturally will begin to crave different foods because
Absolutely.
your nutritional gaps are filled in. So when you put this in your body, it will change. Like for me, it changed the way soda tasted. It doesn't taste good anymore. I stopped craving the chocolates and the salty things
Mhm.
because all of those were vitamin deficiencies. So you can come in, totally live, and eat the foods and enjoy the foods that you do. Now, you don't have to take it to the level that she and I have. It's just that that's what we've done because we've learned to listen to what makes our bodies feel amazing, even more
Right.
amazing.
It's been an evolution, right? Of Atomic
Absolutely.
Habits, like the book Atomic Habits. We slowly made more and more positive habits over this last, I think you've been thriving almost 4 years or about 4 years too,
For
right?
4 years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just as we learn more about ourselves and our clients, we have evolved. But in the beginning, I just did the 3 steps.
Yes.
And I went from eating the Costco bag of chocolate chips every month to nothing.
No.
I don't crave it like I
Uh-huh.
did before. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't tell you. I used to always buy the the potato chips, and that I just walk right on by,
Yeah.
just go past it. So it's amazing. And if you're watching this now, let us know and ask your questions. We'll come back and answer them. If you're catching us on replay, let us know. And right now, we just want to give you, if you're here via me, if you're here uh, via Chrissy, and let us know, because we just want to let you come along. We want to give you the ability to just kind of look, so wave at us and say, hey, I want to know more about this stuff. And we want to give you that, just like you would have a shopping link to Target or Instacart or Amazon or whatever. You have a shopping link with us, right? We are your representatives. We are the ones that kind of fuel you. We team together, and like, we are sidelines. We work together because we really believe in our hearts everybody should thrive, because you deserve to feel as good as we do. And so that's why we work together. It's not, we don't, like, it doesn't matter. We don't have any financial ties, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it
And
doesn't matter. Just so you guys know, we met at a retreat, and we're like, yeah, we're totally just all help each other because we love the stuff and we love each other. And yeah,
yeah,
all of us became friends.
that's right. And it's this community that is amazing, and it just keeps growing. And I mean, we don't always see each other or talk to each other, but it's like we just pick up right right where we left off last time.
Absolutely. Yep.
And if you're looking for that, and one more thing I want to add on here, today is payday. What does
Yeah.
that do for you? I saw you out there washing your
Yes,
car.
I was watching. So and just so people know, we're both bonus earners. I was a customer for 9 months because I was like experimenting. Then I clicked the boss button. Coincidentally, my car was breaking down. So one of my motivations was I wanted to earn the car. So I earned the Cadillac Escalade in a little over 6 months. Then they announced the truck bonus. We live in the mountains. And I traded it in for the Chevy Trail Boss. Absolutely love it because it helps us live an active lifestyle. I can throw kids' bikes, kayaks, sports equipment. It's great. And have a
That's
reliable,
amazing.
safe vehicle. Yeah.
That's a big truck too, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's a 1500, so it's not the biggest one, but it's perfect for us.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, and to have that second biggest expense paid for is just mind-boggling, right? And for me, I was able to have a luxury car. And that's what I wanted. That was something that I had not been able to do through the years. And to have that Lexus 300NX sports model
Yes,
just
beautiful.
thrills me. And of course, I did the red and black inside, and it's me. And that's one of the things but there's something else that's coming that's just mind-boggling, right? The mortgage bonus.
Oh, yes. And I was thinking the mystery getaway as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the mystery getaway. I would. I'm excited to do that. Right. We
Yes.
need to go.
And there's
We need to go on another getaway together.
yes, absolutely.
And if you're on here and you don't know what we're talking about, let us know. Drop the word getaway, because you know what? They are all inclusive. They are so much fun. And I can't say enough about them. Every now and then, we're going to throw them up in our stories, and we're going to share them with you. So thriving is simple. It is it's a sustainable routine that will definitely affect you and affect your wellness. It will get you healthy from the inside out, addressing all of those things that stem from poor gut health. So let us help you get well and see how amazing this is. So reach out to us, drop us a comment below. Donna, thanks for being here today. I'm going to check back and see if there's any comments. I see Terry and Donna on here. I see Bob. Katie says, when you're tired and exhausted, you aren't a very patient person. That's right. And she had, yes. Before thriving, she was like all over the place with the way she felt. So thank you for being here, Chris and Katie. And you guys have an amazing afternoon. Thank you for your time. And
thank you. Yeah, thank you for your time. That was awesome.
And we're going to do this. We're going to do this more frequently. So stay tuned.
Do this more frequently. Yeah.
I'm going to share this over on Instagram.
Perfect.
Okay. Catch you later. Y'all have an amazing afternoon.
Have a great afternoon.